Assalamu alaikum and welcome back once again to Today in African History with Baba Shaka. I'm Baba Shaka and today is February 21st, 2021. Today is also the anniversary of the assassination of El Hajj Malik El Shabazz, also known as Malcolm X. Today there are many observances of this tragic occasion scheduled in different parts of the world. In fact, I'm scheduled to attend three of them. The story of Malcolm X's life is well known. He was born to parents who were civil rights activists, but after his father's murder, I should say, and his mother's hospitalization in a mental institution, he became embroiled in a life of petty crime. He then went to prison and found religion, identity, and purpose in the form of the Nation of Islam, or the NOI, a Muslim movement that emphasized black liberation and black separation from whites. Malcolm's transformation from a small-time hustler to a nationally renowned black Muslim is in itself a story of triumph in the face of social, cultural, and structural adversity. The most outstanding aspect of Malcolm's life is this transformational power that he personified. He realized that no African in America would ever be truly free of racial subordination until there was a collective escape from the tyranny of racism. Under the influence of the NOI, Malcolm advocated racial segregation and demonized white people as essentially evil. He preached a separatist nationalism as a way to restore the dignity to black people. Later, he began to sense the injustice of his own ideology, and in 1964, disillusioned with the NOI, he left it in search of another path. That same year, he went to the Hajj, the annual Islamic pilgrimage to Mecca, where for the first time he encountered the racial diversity within Islam. He was amazed to see people of light color, as he described, with the blondest hair and the bluest eyes, treating him as equal. He saw in the behavior of Muslims towards each other a remarkable absence of racial prejudice. This experience taught Malcolm that people of different races could coexist. After this decisive encounter with the universal ethos, Malcolm, who then began calling himself El Hajj Malik El Shabazz, sought to balance his Afrocentric political worldview with his belief in universal Islam. El Shabazz returned to America a transformed individual. Even though he was still engaged in a struggle for liberation of black people, his angry racial rhetoric and posturing were replaced with a universal quest for justice. He now believed that he could be a partner with non-Muslims and some white people in an effort to construct an America and a world free from racial hatred and domination, a message he sought to spread by speaking on numerous college campuses. Now, what we see here, or rather what I see here, is the reality of no less than three separate and distinct personalities inhabiting one human body. First, there was Malcolm Little, petty criminal and hustler who went to prison where he died. Then there was Malcolm X, who walked out of that prison as a member of the Nation of Islam, preaching black nationalism, black liberation, black separation. In 1964, he goes to the Hajj in Mecca, where he witnessed and experienced universal brotherhood. Then he laid down and died. The body is then occupied by El Hajj Malik El Shabazz, who leaves Mecca, travels around the Middle East and Africa before returning to the U.S. with a message of universal brotherhood and focusing on human rights rather than on civil rights. The lesson here, at least for me, is that one must be willing and able to evolve as one's knowledge and experience grows. Without this ability, we all run the risk of becoming stagnant, and there was nothing stagnant about El Hajj Malik El Shabazz. He has left us with a legacy too rich and profound to be covered in one setting, or one day, or 1 month for that matter. On this day, February 21st, 51 years ago, Haji Malik to some, Malcolm X to others, was taken away from us in a hail of bullets at the Audubon Ballroom located at 3940 Broadway and West 165th Street in the Washington Heights neighborhood of Manhattan in New York City. Right. I would like to encourage everyone to take time, today especially, but don't limit it to today. Just look into the life and the lessons to be learned from that of El Hajj Malik El Shabazz. Once again, I would like to give a special shout out to the to President Baba Mosi and the sisters and brothers of the Woodson Banneker Jackson Bay Division number 330 UNIA ACL Rehabilitating Committee. That's the Universal Negro Improvement Association, originally founded by the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey and the African League Committee. Okay? These folks are helping to promote these daily lessons on their Facebook pages in different parts of the world, right? Because we all have the same goal, and that is to enlighten African people to our glorious past. So, for those of you who have already subscribed, I continue to thank you. I cannot thank you enough for your continued support. For those of you who are not yet subscribed, I enthusiastically encourage you to do so. To not just subscribe, but hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we upload one of these videos, which hopefully we'll be able to do so one every day. Now, we also love it if you would like it and make some comments. Give us some feedback, something you like it, maybe something that you don't like about it. Maybe some encouragement, maybe some suggestions, give us some feedback. But most importantly, I implore you to share this, especially with the young amongst us. Because this should be part of their education, and unfortunately, it's not part of their school education. So, until tomorrow, inshallah, this has been Baba Shaka with Today in African History. Masalam.